mute quite often for when the babies are crying, just to like
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
lower the noises. But shitty stream quality. Holy shit! What the fuck, bro?
What?
This is like chefs at the Discord stream level.
Well,
It's
because I want
horrible.
to try and pump as much resources into the stream and not to your screen because it's kind of wasted effort.
Horrendous.
Because of how the UI thing works as well, like it and how game speed works, it's just I don't have a full, amazing, incredibly OP setup, so we're kind of restricted to what we can do.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'd rather just stream on my not okay, no, I'd rather stream without the use of the overlay. I'm trying to kind of convert the preachers to this, but we'll have to work out see what's going on. Okay, so right, I've now confirmed that the games which we do hop into now actually do work. So let's go for non-ranked games, spectator mode. Okay, so we haven't started just yet. They're probably just waiting for us to kind of chill out. That's cool. So let's have a look into the ESOC Tawny Discord section and see what other things I can pick up. Where is the tournament stuff? Oh, it's down here. Spring 26. Is this us? This is us. This is one. Yo. Oh my.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, whoa. Gee, yeah. First matchup is going to be Maltese versus Portuguese. And who the hell is Catherine of Aragon? I'm not changing my name. Is that Antinomy being special needs again? Why is he being so special needs? Alright, Antinomy. No, it's not even in order. Oh, it's reverse order. That's bad.
Yeah, I just noticed. Why the fuck is he Catherine of Aragon?
I don't know. Has he got
Right,
some? Has he got
are we
some sort
streaming
of?
or not yet?
We've been streaming for the last 10 minutes, brother.
Amazing. All right,
Okay,
tone down the profanity then.
no.
Go.
Last 4 minutes. I did say when we're going. I did say we're back on.
All right.
I. Right. First map. What's the first map? Let's try and find out what the first map is. Kind of. I haven't quite got the space to have the Discord open, the overlay, like the Streamlabs open, Twitch chat open, all that kind of stuff. I'm scrolling up and scrolling up. Oh, we're on the Darfur to start off with. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Darfur map 1. I think it's one of the best Malta maps in the game as well. Should be exciting. I'm saying it's one of the best Malta maps in the game, but that's only the case if they get Sudanese, right? And you can get like commanderies all over the map and be super annoying. But
Yeah,
we'll have to see it.
yeah, I see the idea what you're trying to do with that, but I'm not a massive fan of the matchup anyway. Malta into Portuguese. I kind of think that Ports is a better Malta at everything that Malta tries to do.
It's exactly what I wanted to say, Harry. I think that out of all the matchups in the game for Malta, including like Brit and Otto, because I think Malta does fine against Spain. I think the classic Malta killers are Otto and Brit. I think Port might be the worst out of all of them. It is just horrendous.
I'll tell you what.
Because
I just worked out. Sorry, I was about to say I was wondering how to change from the home screen to the game screen, but I've just kind of worked it out. That's if the game screen is set up. I just want to check it. I just want to pick up the actual app. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's cool. All right, we're cooking. We're cooking. Okay, that's fine. Carry on.
what I was saying is like organs are like again a Malta killer because it's a mainly infantry oriented civ. The fact that Port just outbooms Malta at a certain point, with the 3 TCs, being able to take map, being able to apply pressure, not having an all in like with Spain or Otto. If you lose the Falks, it's kind of a 50-50 game. It's like Malta has to kill the first push, which is tough, and that puts these civs at an advantage. But if Malta deals with it, then it's fine. Whereas at the other end, if Malta manages to somehow kill the organs, Port is still ahead because they're in A job and they're on three TCs at the same time. So it's a matchup that I think Port does well in. But again, it's judging on how Yvonne is gonna play this. If he's just gonna goon lane, then I don't think he's gonna have a very good time because I think Malta is very equipped for it. I think it's one of the few matchups where Cassadors just really shine. I think it's one of the only scrims in the game that you can mass as much as the crossbows and cost effectively almost because they're so food heavy and with their great range resist and with their speed, they're just a very good unit against Malta in general.
It's nice that the Castors more range, more speed, to kind of dominate that situation. I know that Malta they can do in H3 something like crossbow goon or fire thrower goon or have some sort of use with making order dragoons, but it just does they don't feel great and it doesn't feel good to mass them in the sense that that's when having like the Caçador goon composition from Portuguese just feels so much more comfortable and confident to kind of pull trick around. Although I still think Malta's competition will be bow pike and just spam, well, endless amounts of bows. Really, that's the kind of the only.
Yeah, and that's really the dangerous part. Like as Malta, if you commit to an H2 all-in timing on one of the TCs, like what's your follow-up if that doesn't work? If Port gets like a good age of pop with the five shuttles, a unit batch, a shipment and Minutemen, then you're just like completely screwed from that point on as Malta because again you're an age down and three TCs against you. It just feels very, very challenging to come back from. So yeah, I mean I'm excited to see how it goes. I think Antinomy is actually one of the better multiplayers um, that I've seen. We have here Ketterboy saying Malta without German tongue shouldn't win against Port FF, which is true. I agree with him. As I said, like it's very matchup dependent, right? Malta is one of those saves that if it gets to a certain point, I've always been one of the people that says that like if Malta manages to survive past minute 10 unhindered, they're one of the best civs in the game. Like they move to S tier, but the problem is they suffer against so many civs early on, like Brit, Otto, Spain, Port in this case, USA, all these really timing heavy civs, whether it's H3 or H2, kind of put a dent into Malta.
I
And
still feel that with Malta, not enough people still make fixed guns or depots or buildings or just stuff that Malta's designed to do. Kind of sometimes play the
yeah, the
Civ
SimCity stuff.
with half the bonuses. It's like actually a fixed gun. Okay, I understand some people might not like it as a shipment because it is only a 700 resource shipment and it could go wrong in that situation. But like actually the map control, the tempo, and even if it does only get two volleys off and kill six skirms, like with two volleys of three kills, it's still value. And I think the more people spam fixed guns, the more because it delays, it buys time, it forces them to artillery. You go Colv, and with enough fixed guns, you can kind of not make any normal units because they just cover each
Exactly.
other.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. More than the value it gets, it slows down your opponent's tempo because they cannot physically push that area without having to commit to culverins, which in turn is a 250 wood building and 1,000 resources spent into culverins. So that's 1,250 resources just to counter that one um, fixed gun, which again buys Malta a lot of time, which is arguably Malta's most valuable resource, time. Because once they get to a certain point, it becomes very, very hard to kill them. So yeah, again, it's more of a story of Antinoby being very skilled with the Civ. I don't know how good Yvonne is with Port. I haven't seen him play Port all too much. Um, but yeah, I'm wondering how it's gonna go. I think that if this goes a bit longer, then I definitely put this game in Antinomi's favor. But if this is a sort of early Oregon push and Yvonne manages to get some good trades, then I see Port winning. But it's definitely gonna be interesting. So let's hop right into this game.
Right, so Baja teacher's in-game name is Autistic Baboon.
I love it.
Fair, fair, fair. I was going to let them know it's all good. All G. pray that this works because, well, I haven't really got a backup if it doesn't. It should be fine. So let's hop into Lila Gamer Screener.
All right. Carry us away for the first game, Harry.
When it loads up, if it loads up. Is there text? Am I seeing that right? Is there text on the top of the screen? Performance security verification. What the fuck is that? Can you see that on this stream? Can you look on the actual stream?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
No, but the scoreboard, it says performance security verification.
No.
No? Oh.
I'm watching the stream. There's nothing, so just. Oh yeah, I can see that. Website used. Yeah, not about. Anyways, I'll carry
well.
it away because
Who cares?
you're a bit autistic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the round of 64, the most anticipated series of the round of 64 on the south side of the map in the color blue. We have Autistic Baboon, aka Ivan Goat, aka Baja Teacher, playing as the Portuguese in the color blue, and his opponent today on the north side of the map, one of the most up and coming players, the Montenegrin menace, as we like to call him here at ESOC. It is Antinomy, playing in the color red, as the Maltese. And the map that we have here for you today is the African map of Darfur. The natives here are very, very fascinating, Harrison. If we can just take a look at the natives really quickly. We have the Sufi native, and on the other side, we have the Berber native. So that is already a dent in Antinomy's armor, because I am sure that when he was planning to play on this map, he was planning on picking up the Sudanese to get Red Sea wagons, to get some extra command trees. But that is not going to be the case for this game. And we already have Yvonne Goat starting off wonderfully with 115 wood. So I think this is definitely a win for Yvonne Goat so far. Let's hear your thoughts on the matchup, Harry.
Yeah, no. Well, we've already kind of already spoken about said matchup in the general sense, but in context of what's happened so far, we get in Malta with a pretty good early pass of experience points. Maybe that the southern TP is a little bit better. I think you can squeeze first pass on the top TP if you do not stop off for any treasures. And looking at shipments, Antinomy might have actually got a first pass there. There was a couple of wood treasures nearby. He's already got market down, hunting dogs, and a house with 3 villas incoming. I think this start from Antinomy is very good. I think the market start with Malta is very hard to pull off. So props for him to giving it a go in the tournament setting. It does pay off if you pull it off, but if you get it wrong, it's really, really awkward. Looking into middle map, we do see that Baja Teacher has seen the wood, but does not. He feels it might be a bit too risky going for it, but I don't like how, as a port player, he's gone to the kind of the northeast of the map, furthest away from the trading post line. He's going for TP now, but it's just kind of they're big treasures to go for, and I'm not a massive fan of the order he's gone for himself.
I would agree with it if it wouldn't have paid off. Like in a sense of, is it smart to do? No, but did it pay off? Yes.
Yeah. He's made a very good situation of a bad play, so well, he'd be happy with that. And classic Portuguese deck here, looking to go straight to the third age, but does have access to halberdiers, caçadores, goons, organ guns. There's no fort in deck, there's no refrigeration in deck. Fourth age, he does have the double organ gun cards, 5 organs, grape shot, 2 heavies, 2 factories. He does have caçador, musketeer, combat, and it's a decent card, but I never really get around to sending it, and I'm not expecting that to be a massive factor this game as well. Quite often, port games just seem to be either full goon spam or organs with like artillery spam, or maybe like how pass. But I never really get to the point of upgrading Caçadors.
I think the deck accidentally is very good for the matchup at hand because we have the 7 and 8 Caçadors, we have Caçador upgrades. Pre-game, we spoke about how important Caçadors are going to be here. We have the Silent G Grape Shot as well in deck, which is just another multi-killer. If we switch over to Antinomy's deck, excuse me, Arbalest, there we go. So we're going to have a crossbow heavy deck. We do have refrigeration in this deck. Now, with Malta, I'm not a very big fan of refrigeration, especially not when we have the H4 upgrade for food. I don't really see the need for it. This might sound weird, but I would rather have an age 1 wood cutting upgrade or refrigeration or royal minted age 3 with Malta in this case. Or another upgrade card. You never know when you're going to switch to fire throwers, for example, and you will want the unique Malta upgrade card. But whatever, it's a small change. It's nothing major. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of H2 gameplay here from Anti. Maybe we're going to see some H2 Hussars, see some harassment, but this is very dangerous for Malta because oh, and a very bad back hurt, sadly enough. And Port can just decide at any random moment, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm seeing there's no aggression coming in from my opponent. I've placed my second TC on the right side of the map, so I've got that side of the map secured. I'm gonna place my third TC forward next to that trading post and that mine. And I'm gonna take the middle of the map and I'm gonna force Malta to go to the right and force him to be coordinated in that side of the map. And I'm gonna be able to apply pressure early, and there's not really anything he can do about it because for him to match my boom, he's going to have to stay an age lower than me for at least 2 minutes. And that is the real danger of this matchup.
Yeah, I tuned out after your first 5 sentences. I failed to catch the last 10.
I know. You can't keep up with the genius that is Shake 2020. But that's why you're a gatekeeper, Harry, and that's why I'm in the next round already seated, my man.
Okay, so Anti's side, he's gone for 3 settler wagon, 700 wood. Probably will follow up with Wigner Court afterwards, but this 700 wood pivot, I know you're a fan of 700 wood here, but in a situation where he's likely up against a person going to go for a straight age up to the third age, no pressure, is 700 wood a bit slow? We've seen some sentinels being queued. What is Antinomy's kind of purpose for making sentinels at this point in the game?
I think it's more of wishful thinking from Antinomy. He wants to be able to catch out something, whether it is the TC, whether it is the early units, because what a lot of H2 civs do when they're facing these FF heavy pressure civs is they try and get an H2 mass to somewhat dwindle the initial mass before any artillery is being shipped. Right?
Ooh.
And what we are seeing from Mr. Autistic Baboon, except for a very nice uh, what's that called again? That ability?
Spyglass.
Spyglass. There we go. Is he built a Berber native, and this is very greedy, and I am all against it. I think it's horrendous because this goes right into Malta's favor. Yes, he's playing greedy. Yes, his eco is going to be better than initially, but we're shipping 1,000 wood. We're shipping 1,000 wood. We're being greedy. Malta knows it. He's being greedy.
Ooh, where are the Castors? They're at home.
The Castors are at home, and if he's awake, he might see the TC, but he just misses the TC. That could have been a huge pickup there for Antinomy, but he didn't manage to get it, and now he's going to lose a couple of Sentinels while being in that close formation. Not the end of the world, but as I was saying, again, this is going against the offensive tempo that Port has. We're going into Skirm Goon, we're going 1,000 wood, we're going super greedy, we're over macroing wood for some reason. I don't really know why.
No, this is no, Shake. I think you got the wrong take. This is fine because okay, the Berbers that they're very expensive, but eventually will pay off, so will be a good play. But actually, this is prime time to get your 3 TCs up and then just commit to get constant triple batches of vills out.
I completely disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. Because this is a game of tempo. AoE 3's most important aspect is tempo. And that's why tempo civs dominate quite often on the ladder. Right? When you're letting Malta boom that much, unpunished, even a 3 TC port that takes you a lot of effort and time to pay off, unlike a Maltese boom, which is more forgiving, and you're eventually going to let Malta, because after the Sentinels, these Sentinels could have even been 700 coin and he would have been aging up right now. And there would have been no pressure, and all of a sudden you're on equal footing. And this whole advantage that you had pre-game is just gone. And I'm not really putting all my confidence in the Portuguese units to do the heavy lifting. Like, yeah, Castors are good in this matchup. They're not Abe's guns. They're not longbows. They're not going to be able to forever outtrade the crossbows. And I think this is a misjudgment by Antinomy right now that he is staying in H2, but from the looks of things, he's not really queuing up any units. So I think we might be aging, or yeah, he's queuing another Husk batch, which again, I kind of fundamentally disagree with. But whatever it may be, I don't think the decision making right now from Autistic Baboon is the right one. Yes, he is up a bit in score, but It is a bit of inflation from the extra TCs, which give you like 500 score each.
He's just
Um,
fought Batch
yeah.
Vills though. He's just fought Batch Vills. He's got Victorias on 3TC. He's got his steel traps. He's got fantastic infrastructure with the 1K wood. He's perfectly set up now to do something. And Anthony's made units and not really done anything with them. Now only pushing out. Okay, yes, maybe the Castle card here is probably not. It's a decent card. He's got. Look at the goons that Portuguese already good has already got. That would demolish any Huss, and the Castles can work through the only Age 2 Musketeers behind, away from any building defense, so they don't get their boosted combat stats. And Antinomy is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's wanted to be aggressive. He's seen some goons. He's backing off, and he needs to age while keeping the mass alive, which I think is.
He does, and there we go. He is aging up, which I think is the correct decision because Antinomy should have been able to spot it a little bit earlier that he sees that his opponent is playing incredibly greedy. But now with him aging up, it's all of a sudden an open book again. What is he aging up with? Is he aging up with a TC? I think he
Yeah,
is, right?
TC.
There we go, the bishop. So we have 35 vills right now and 6 settler wagons. So that's 41 vills plus Wignacourt construction. If we compare that to Yvonne Gold right now at 42 vills with Berber, the equals are around about the same. Malta is going to have an extra TC. Malta is going to have Vittoriosa. And unit-wise, Malta is not less in H3, and the tempo advantage is completely gone. Yes, the greed is very good, and it is going to enable him to keep on unit batching, but I don't think it's the right play. I'm still not convinced. Again, he's still ahead score-wise, but I'm just not convinced. And I'm happy for Antinomy that he has an actual window into this game.
That's okay. Well, I mean, it's great to have different views of the situation, but I think that score difference is a legit representation of the differences between the situations at the moment. And up to 48 vills, soon to be 51 here from Portuguese. Antony now getting his veteran sentinels, Order Huss auto tech. He's getting H3 crossbows as well as only 50 wood, 50 gold per upgrade, so easily affordable. I think it's soon time for organ guns here from Baja. He's going for 7 Castadors though. I don't know why he's gone for 7 here. I think 8 Haub or Dragoon Combat would have been better for his compositional play. Don't want to go too heavy on the Castadors, but enough goons to kind of bat away any pressure from Antinomy. Maybe, so if Antinomy did do something like Vitorossia 3rd TC, I can understand that. He's got enough food to kind of back that out, and then yes, both players will be 3 TC booming. Maltese Ville's a little bit better, but at the moment, he's now going for he's going for range crossbow upgrade, but he's only got a couple crossbows so far.
Yeah, and now I mean to your point from before, now the Berbers are kind of paying off. I feel like for Port, because this is the scary part for Malta. If you're not going to be aggressive and if you're not going to have the right unit comp out, Port can just go H4, get grape shot, and what are we going to do about it afterwards? And to your earlier point as well of not having fixed guns to take over the map, like we got another Huss batch, and I don't really see what the Huss batch does here for him, because we are going to face 30 goons, and I would rather have fixed guns being able to zone off the incoming organ guns from right now. And crossbows, yes, it's nice. We have a crossbow upgrade as well, and there we go. Fixed gun is going to be placed, probably behind the commandery, I would assume. Let's see where he's going to put it.
I mean, if it gets up, it's a fine location. Yeah, it's kind of half do I not, but it's not pressuring 2nd TC. It's not pressuring 3rd TC. It's locking down an area of the map and probably used for fighting. The army's not too bad, but all the Huss are going off for a raid at the same time. That is usually pretty bad in our books of plays. Organ guns are coming out. That fixed gun will come out in time. It's going to be close though. The problem is the fixed gun is under construction. The castle was underneath the foundation to be safe. And in come the cavalry, multiple play, organ guns onto the crossbows. And I'm expecting to see a bit of a decimation here, but Hussars getting pip switch in. Pull trick Hussars Dragoon defense from Portuguese. Fixed guns though getting full volleys, and fixed gun can't find their targets.
We have a shipment to be shipped right now. And oh my god, fixed gun is actually getting a very nice couple of volleys out on these organ guns. And 2 organ guns already gone down. Oh, that is a very unfortunate misfire from from the fixed gun. And yeah, the Portuguese army is just, oh, that was big. The Portuguese army is just slightly better. I mean, not slightly,
Mm.
it's much better than the Maltese army. We kind of pivoted into crossbows a little bit later. And again, this is the sad factor of this matchup, and how bad it really is, because your crossbows, they just don't trade effectively enough. And yeah, we had a lot of Huss, but there's so much anti-cav out from port on the field that our own Huss did nothing here. And yeah, we get a GG coming in from Antinomy, and Autistic Baboon, Ivan Goat, takes the first game of this series.
Yeah, I thought. Let's say the first part, the middle part of the game's all fine. Both civs having opportunities later into the game. Antinomy in the third age, making some more order Huss. Okay, that's not really the main unit you want to go for at this point, I don't feel. But he went for a crossbow range card here, which it seems that was card one in third age. The one fixed gun, that's the power of the one fixed gun is you get to build a fixed gun next to it. And the fact is, one fixed gun on its own is decent, but that entire fight could have been another fixed gun just taking shots onto that army, which would have maybe picked up a couple of hussars, kept the army alive a little bit longer. Yeah, I think the crossbow
I
range card
completely
wasn't
agree.
ideal at that point. And that was the opportunity to take, not just take map, but take middle map. Have that TC in range of at least one of the fixed guns. That second commandery, did he want to make more commandery units, or was he trying to tee up Knights of Rhodes? Not fully sure of the play behind that, but the time it took to build the commandery was time which could have been built to build or a second fixed gun to kind of solidify that position.
I'm not really sure that the commandery build time was the issue here. I think it's more of we're shipping steel bolts when we have 10 crossbows, rather than shipping a fixed gun and building another fixed gun next to it, which in this case would have just won us the fight, maybe even, or at least
Mm.
forced Yvonne back. Because if we're looking at the resource gathered again, it's not that far. It's not that huge of a difference between the two civs, and we could have had a bit of a closer game. But again, it comes down to a bit more experience. Um, and there we go. Antinomy first tournament, a bit jitters. Let's not forget, Yvonne Goat is one of the most underrated players in the game. And when I'm saying this, it's because I mean that everyone thinks he's absolutely horrible when he's not bad at all. Like, skill wise, yes, he's not the elo that he is currently because it's a bit inflated because of Baja. But I would say he comfortably sits between 2K and 1800 without Baja. And he kind of showed that as well in PK Clan Tourney when he beat Grogu, a very good player. Um, and there he couldn't play Baja either, or he did even play Baja and he even lost with Baja. So, um, but yeah, I think so far Yvonne God is going to be the favorite, but I would not count out Antinomy. He is an up and comer, and he is a very, very good player. And my predictions have been that by the end of the year, he's going to be in some very far places in tourneys because he just mechanically is very, very good. It's just the experience and the decision making, and you see that, Harry, because with your years of experience casting and organizing, you can see experience-wise, Anti wasn't really build ready for this game, and Yvonne just had a much more solid game plan, executed it, and won.
I think I've played Antinomy a couple of times. I can't remember if I've only played him once or like 3 times, but I think I'm 2-1 up versus Antinomy. But I was doing like German FI Tabern build versus him, just kind of just some late game spam, and that was quite some fun games there.
You know what I didn't like about Anti here? It's like the lack of tourney experience when you're going to blind pick Malta in a first game of a tournament. I told him, dude, what are you gonna do if he picks Autumn? Like, well, and that's not it's not an unrealistic prospect, you know. It's he's got to learn it a bit. So this is a learning experience, but definitely we're gonna have a very fun series in front of us. And game one already kind of proved that. It wasn't a quick wash up.
Well, at least now we can say that the Malta pick is coming pushed away and trade off a Malta for a Portuguese. I think you could say tactically Anthony would be fine with that because I know you like Malta. I know you really do like Malta, but come on, they are bottom B tier, and that's being kind.
That is not true, Harrison, and you do not have an opinion on the matters of fucking ranking civilizations. Okay, it's just not true.
Right? Okay.
They have
Okay.
horrible matchups, Harry, but they're not bottom of B tier. They just have very bad matchups, and it happens. Yeah, and so one of the matchups that I think is horrible for them is Port, coincidentally. So it's a good Civ win for Ivan, which some people will think is a bit of a dig at him, but it really isn't because it is part of your strategy while playing a series against someone. Being able to blind pick a good Civ is
These
just
guys
nice.
really do like to take the time over this, don't they?
Yeah. Okay, so
As,
game
as
two
they're
we're
entitled
gonna
to.
have
As they're entitled to.
we have Ottomans for Ivan Goat, and he's being countered by Spain from Antinomy, which is very very interesting because usually you pick Otto to counter Spain, not the other way around. So I don't know, maybe he cooked something up. Let's see.
Well, I mean, this morning we've seen quite a lot of Otto being played, and all we've seen so far is just Jans, 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 more Jans than only Jans.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
That,
be surprised if I see any other unit but Jan's
that
sprinkled in
three,
with a couple
I
of
don't know if
Demi.
it's all under the 3-vil capitalism, 5-vil 700 wood build, or the 700 wood 5-vil build, whatever, but that's like a pretty simple, standard, safe, but like super effective way just to kind of play H2 Otto pressure into a map with not many resources. I think let's try and find what the next map is. It'll come up if they're in game already or started. But
The next map is Hokkaido, by the way.
yeah, that explains why you see a lot of Otto in this map.
Yeah, but are you really picking Spain into a short distance map against Otto?
I don't know what I want. I wouldn't pick anything into Otto. I just kind of pick like house, go into the game, type GG, easy, well played, resign, and move on to game 3.
Or you just pick Otto yourself?
I just pick Otto. Well, I have standards. I don't play Otto. Having said that, though, the only times I do play Otto is versus B-Win, and I keep clapping his ass when I do play Otto. Because
Exactly.
it's Otto.
Yeah. Anyways, I think Antinomy can cook something up here. At the end of the day, it's quite dependent. If Otto decides to go for a Jan Rush and stays in base and overcommits, then he is in trouble because Spain can age up with the crossbows, can snare with Explorer, with Minutemen, cause a lot of pain for these Janissaries. And if you overcommit and you lose like 10 Jan in Spain's base while not really inflicting a lot of damage, then you have an issue. But on the other end, it is very hard to predict, and it's very, 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 very important you scout Spain in this matchup. So, Harrison, take us away.
Well, we're on Hokkaido. Map you don't often see being played. It's no longer in the standard map pools, but it's in the tournament map pool. It is a map with a massive mountain in the middle. Really awkward for taking map control, focusing the Russian civs, and that has had a factor on the civs we've seen today, spoiling down to the southeastern map in the colour blue. It is Autistic Baboon, also known as Baja teacher, playing as the Ottomans. Antinomy spoiling down to the southwest in the colour red, playing as the Spanish. And I don't actually think my friend or foe on. Okay, yes, they are. That is their true colours. Both players are rushing for a trading post. Antonomy's dog is going somewhere. Not, I don't know why, but he's going for a run. Wants to hang out with some deers. And I could talk hours about this scouting pattern from this dog. I think it's absolutely terrible here from Antinomy. He's not really assisting his explorer. It's not helping. Oh, 70, he's just walked past a 70 wood treasure. Where are you going? What are you doing? Come back. Yeah, that's a good dog. Return home. You know what I mean? I always love Sears with 2 scouts where you kind of double scout, like kind of the same thing's going to happen here. They're kind of on the edge of each area's peripheries. They're the same part of the map, but any information either unit picks up directly helps both units at that point. And great, you know, Antonomy's dog could find out 150 food treasure on the other side of the map guarded by a single macaque, but it doesn't change anything because the explorer is not there to capitalise. Obviously that doesn't exist, but conceptually. Now he's finding the other wood treasure, but explorer's gone middle. He's now come back.
All right,
Oh, so
Harry.
what I'm trying to say is, Explorer goes build the trading post. He knows what it is. While he's doing that, the dog is scouting the back of the base, behind the trading post, wrap around, anything nearby for the treasure explorer to pick up, and that is how we make really efficient gains in our first age with double
Let's just
scouts.
switch it up a little bit and see what Baja teacher has been doing so far. Let's see what treasures he's been able to pick up. He's already aging up, which is a very nice sign. That means that he hasn't chopped all too much. He's already managed to find some wood himself,
Uh,
build the house like that.
no,
Uh,
it's actually 40 food, 80 food. He has chopped a little bit, but he's got 120 food
there we
treasures.
go.
So
Exactly, it compensated for it.
yeah.
That's great. So what we're gonna see is capitalism right now. The build we're going to see from Yvonne Goat is a very famous Catcher Boy build, which is the 3-ville capitalism 5-ville 2 Rax Jan Rush with Eco. You add Delhi or Abus, probably preferably Delhi, especially against Spain, and you just win if Spain hasn't adapted something against this build, because this is it's one of the best H2 builds of the game, because the danger of you being able to go to H3 behind it while not committing full-time pressure. Like if Spain overreacts in H2 and cancels the age up, Otto is just going to say, well, I'm just going to age behind this and I've got a fast age up button and I'm already getting XP because I'm getting double unit batches, right? Um, so this is a very, very dangerous matchup, I feel like, for Spain. And on the other end, if you're Antinomy and you're seeing this, what's your response going to be? Do you trust your skills for going H3 enough, or are you going to opt to play some H2 yourself? And by the looks of things, we are probably going to see an
Yeah,
H3 gameplay from Antinomy. We're not going to see any H2 here.
yeah, it's really hard. We saw Irish Brigadiers as a pivot card for Spain being used earlier, which is a really great way to kind of hold any aggression. You can time 9 or 7 Irish Brigs, I think actually 9, yeah, 9 Brigs, 6 Minutemen, 5 Dog, 8 crossbows on the age up for like a really decent anti-musketeer based army. As soon as you hit the next stage, and you can follow up with Falk, Lancers, and all that other good stuff. But yeah, I think your call on kind of Ottoman kind of keeping it simple build order, well executed, using Janissaries, forcing your opponents to be the person microing, you just moving forward and Zeb moving. This might claim another victim. That's if the build
Yeah.
happens. We do see defensive outpost. Potential Tamara, well, that really...
Ooh, Mubir, move the map. Mubir is coming in to kill the
Oh,
Spanish explorer.
yeah.
Is the dog going to get him? No, the dog's
No.
not chasing. Oh,
The
wow.
dog can't chase into the TC though, because that will be a dead dog instantly. So
Yeah.
sorry,
I
my
mean,
apologies.
that
My
it's
bird,
all
my
good.
bird, my bird,
Mubir.
my
Okay, so this is
bird.
pretty big for Yvonne, but on the other side, if we're switching over to Yvonne's POV, um, we're seeing one Rex so far. So this is going to be a semi FF where he's going to try and take up the Spanish TP, excuse me, and just age behind it. But again, this gives a lot of mobility to Antinomy, because Antinomy's already clicking up right now, right? He's
Mm.
gathering up his 700 coin, um, while Otto is going to be slightly behind. There we go. Age up coming in, probably aging up with the 4 Hussars. In my
Yeah,
opinion,
he
yeah, the
is.
scout for Huss. Sadly enough, our XP isn't very great, so we're not going to be able to see a second TP, and our explorer is down, so the potential for that is not there. But in picking up the wood right now, we could see a barracks being built. We could see some units being made in transition. I'm wondering right now, is Yvonne God going to opt to go for a fast age up behind this? Because he's quite a while away from gathering the food, so he's probably going to be able to click up to H3 at 640, I want to say. 640, 645. That's
I.
when he's gathered up enough
Mm,
food to be able to age. Because he also doesn't have steel traps, in my opinion, does he now?
he does.
Oh no, he
He,
does. He
you know,
does. Okay. Okay.
he's
So
a better player than you and Lion. He actually gets his market
I
tax.
get steel traps with Ottoman all the time. That is just lies and slander. There we go. He is going to click up a little bit later. 646, 647. There we go. 647 click up. Spain is going to be up at around the same time. So yeah, he lost his TP, but is it the end of the world for Spain? Are we not getting Jan rushed, which is like a humongous positive for us? Yes. So I'd see this as a win if I was Ivan Gold. Antinomy, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of have to take it, kind of as it is, but you're still in the game, still playing all that situation. So Otto is aging up probably with a little bit more eco than what Spain has, considering they don't pay for their villagers. And as Spain, you always have to be aware that there could be spies at some point, and you kind of need to have your composition essentially like really weighted towards anti-cav, even though there may be no spies ever coming. You can't be caught out with the wrong unit composition. Going for Spanish gold here first, I think it's a really smart play. It just takes it into the later game, and I'd like to see a Musk Falk composition from Antinomy, even with some Brodoleros chucked in from the shipments, but nothing too Skirm Goonie. Oh, my bird might catch the Explorer again. He's going to turn around. He's going to look for it. One slap, two slap. He's down. And my bird strikes again.
And the Mabur is going to go down, but that's a total of 90 XP gathered from that Explorer. So that is very, very solid for him. At the same time, we are shipping Falconets now, so Spanish Gold has hit the floor, or has
No,
it
he's
been
cancelled.
No,
He's going
okay.
early Falconets here, which
I did want to say I think that is the correct decision, because from where we're looking at right now, Ottoman is shipping 1,000 wood. If we're going for Spanish coin, we're a bit too slow. We're not really having a second military building down, so we're not really going to be able to make use of it. And also, Otto right now is shipping their own 2 Falconets, and we don't have a TP, so our XP curve isn't as high as it's usually supposed to be. So the quick intermission between the shipments isn't there. So I would prefer for us to be first of all protected with the 2 Falconets, and then from there on, we'll see what we do. But this mass from Otto is looking really, really scary right now. Honestly, the Falc fight doesn't even matter here. If Ivongo is smart, he just puts his units in stagger mode and walks forward until the Falcons just shoot the infantry, and he will kill the Falcons with the guns. But yeah, it's not looking very great for Spain so far.
yeah, especially especially because Baja has Ville popped at the moment. Good spot from the Kita there. Also, the market, which I thought initially was a bad position, actually buying time for the barracks, and that way Baja has at least got his veteran Janissaries. If that went down, that would have been disastrous, but we're not in that situation yet. And you can see that Baja's just kind of wanting to back off here. Take this nice and slow here. He's looking for a Spahi next card, floating lots of wood. Give it time. Unpacking from Antinomy. Can Baja get the snipe here? Pull trick away. No, just outside of range.
Wow.
Ooh. Living life on the edge.
Definitely living life on the edge right now, and the big issue right now is the Spahi. Once the Spahi come in, what is Spain going to do to answer this? Spain has the
Falk trade is going to happen, but Antony wants to back it, but he's I can't do this.
He has to go in right now with these Lancers. Like, he has to force a response until the Spahi come, because the Spy are going to be shipped right now, and there we go. Spy are going to come in, as you can see. Falconets are unpacked, but they're going to get the first shot off. Are they? No. Antinomy with the dodge! Oh my God! What Michael do it! Antinomy, beautiful! Oh! And he manages to take out both the Falconets, and he still has a Falconet alive. Lancers are on top of the units right now. Ottomans is in a world of trouble. This was some phenomenal micro from Antinomy, but he's making the mistake of focusing the Minutemen with the Falconet, which he really shouldn't be doing. He should be focusing these Jans before Jan HP.
No, they do way more damage than the Jans, though. They are Bashis. They eat musk, so that has to be the right play. You can't leave them in the back. I mean, maybe
now is the time for him to take his units back and back off.
Yeah, now's the time to run, because we know what's coming. Does Antinomy see it? We sees it now, because we see it. Here comes the Spahi. All the units are blocked up. Bit of stagger mode, but Spahi. Here come the Spahi. Oh, fucking easy. It's easy. It's easy for Ottoman. Botto.
And now we're in this awkward situation where Spain is on 23 villagers with capitalism, but Otto is on 2 TCs with capitalism. And he's taking some map control, and we're shipping back-to-back military shipments that don't really have an effect on the game because the tempo's gone, the Falconets are dead. If we would have just backed off with that one Falconet in anticipation, knowing that the Spahi's come, and we would have had these Rodoleros in the fight or these Lancers in the fight, this could have gone very differently. But Anti, now out of desperation, looking at the score, is pushing forward and trying to force a fight that really isn't in his favor anymore.
He trained another Mabur somewhere, but I wanted to see where it went. Maybe he cancelled it. No, he cancelled it. Oh no, he went for imams for the heal, but okay. So he clicked Mabur, but he meant imams. Got 2 out. These actually cost food for Osman because thanks DE. I don't get why they cost food at the others. Cost coin. A bit of a spahi raid onto a villager, hoping for more. Good play though from Baja, looking for the vills there. Unlucky to be fair. We'll back out. If the rods do catch, there is Bashi defense from second TC, which we have easily pick up the rod layers, and actually it's turned into a bit of a bait here from Baja. Gotta say, this is not going to end well here for Antinomy. He doesn't quite give it the chase, but the Spahis are long gone. Now he's now rethinking position, but it is one of those situations where Ottoman, most games, most matchups, they can always get in that second TC, and it doesn't. It's a one-time cost of the wood to get TC up, and then it just pays back. It's just a civilization bonus on steroids having 2 of these, and it's much better than trying to faff around with the mosque build text for the villager production, because actually, 2 TC is essentially 100% villager production compared to 1. I know it sounds obvious, but that is how good a second TC compared to mosque upgrades really are. And
Definitely.
And we're now looking into an area of Jan combat for 301 HP. Jan's behind. Market coming up. Maybe he's going to sell a bit of food, buy wood, second military building, and kind of play on.
It's not even the Jan combat area. We're in an area with whatever shipment he's going to send is going to be a good one at this point. If we're gonna market trade and get MAMs, there's nothing Spain can do about it. If we're gonna ship 1,000 coin and we're gonna get Falconets, there's nothing Spain can do about it. If we're gonna do an Abus switch and ship 6 Abus, nothing he can do about it. And if we get Jan combat, again, nothing he can do about it. We are seeing Wild Falconet coming out for for Spain right now, but he has about half the musketeers, and he doesn't have Spahi. And the artillery foundry coming in at the back of the base right now, and another Falconet being queued up. Again, Antinomy, with his lack of experience in tournament settings right now, he is pushing forward to end this game, whether he wins or loses. But he's trying to force a response. He's trying to force a mistake when, by the words of Only Boss, just sit down and wait is one of the best things that you can do in this game. And he's not really in the mood to do that, because he feels, okay, I'm down 5k score, I'm Spain, which is not an underscoring civ, so that means I am really, really far behind, and all I'm going to do is ship military shipments, right, get some anti-cap to be able to protect my artillery, and just force a Falc fight and win. The problem is, my friend, your artillery doesn't kill Ottoman units because they have 301 HP almost, so that is a big issue. Falconets are not really effective.
Ooh.
Against Ottomans. Skirms are much more effective than Falconets, because they just don't do the job against Janissaries at all.
He hasn't seen the follow-up Falconet Artillery Foundry. I don't think, no, he hasn't. But a preemptive Colv here to actually pick up the remaining 2 Falc's train. So it's a 1 Colv to 3 Falconet play behind, but that Colv will get value. The Jans will just get value regardless. Otto is just houses. He's half Dwight Age, half spam units. He can't make enough houses, but he's kind of probably fine as it is. And a little bit of Colv micro in. Those Lancers have to dive in, but it's just that range disadvantage. The only thing he can do is move in, but now the Falcons are backing out at the same time. It's you're either all in, send it, or you're all out, backing out. Age up for the Grand Vizier. Age 4, Spahi on the way.
This is again the thing, Harry. Does he age up 1k coin? Amazing, we get mercantilism. Does he age up 2 Falcs? Amazing, I have a call, then I'll win the artillery war. Do we age up 3 Spahi? Amazing, I have 7 H4 Spahi. What are you going to do about it? And this is the desperation that Antinomy is finding himself in. And the longer this goes on, sadly, the worse it's going to get for him.
Antinomy is so desperate, he's actually phoning you up live, asking for advice.
Did we hear the phone right there? That
yeah.
was my mother-in-law. Excuses. I've got everyone in my house right now, so I'm trying to mute myself in between.
No. It's fine. It's good banter. I would also like to see guard Jans as a high priority here for Baja. And what I mean by that is, yes, we have 30 villagers on food, but with all these villagers on hunt up here, we don't need the vills in base on berries. These should be switched over to wood. Gang saw being teched in, move resources around via a market. We haven't got a market back up. He does see the ball of Spain units at the top, and actually a really good position here from Antinomy. Their potential for a TC pickup. Nothing too silly from Baja. He's not going to try and over defend this, and that the Ajax will come in, and then
He doesn't have to. He can just pop Minutemen with these 3 Spahis, snare all the Musketeers, and everything's gone in about 20 seconds. But he's not opting not to do it. He's still
I think the
playing
main
it quite
reason
safe.
is he's got his shipment ready to go. He actually is moving resources around. Looks like he's going for the guard jams. He wants to time it the 2 bombard shipments. Yeah, yeah, it's really good play here from Baja. It's really good play. He's getting all the big calls right this game. Definitely is.
I mean, there's definitely no reason to let that TC go down. All you have to do is position your army a little bit closer to that TP, get that culverin in there, get a couple of shots out on those falconets, one of which you already have damaged. With the Spahi, I mean, like, what is he gonna do? Take a fight?
Yeah.
Is Spain gonna fight this with half the infantry against guard Jans, against another culverin, 7 guard Spahi, and an upcoming 2 culverins with another Minuteman pop from the north? Yeah, it
True.
is just
and in a like a uber kind of efficient play, you could argue that actually by showing an H3 army before it's upgraded might bait him in for the fight and then upgrades at the right time when you're like kind of in the middle but still decent amount of units remaining. But yeah, it's a guard Jan, guard Spahi, super heavy great bombards with a no card vet musks from Spain.
there we go. And now the Spahi, they just need to connect with the body of infantry that's there. They don't have to per se kill anything. They just have to not die. And
Doink.
Look at this. The Jans are just moving forward. The damage is being done from the great bombards from behind. There we go. Another shot from the culverin. And it's basically game over because we lost a combined total of maybe 2 Janissaries this fight. And the Spahi are still all alive but 1 against an army of full anti-cav, and this game is completely over.
I mean, he got the bombards down. Usually we'd be like, oh my god, the cold snipe, but it just doesn't matter. There's still 6 Spahis after going through a whole army of vet musks. Oh, just this civ, Matt, this civ. People say at the top this civ ain't that great, but it still is this civ. It terrorizes every elo level below it, though.
It is a fantastic civ. Ottoman is S tier at every elo range.
Yeah.
Every elo range, Ottoman. It's the ease of which you can play the civ and the effectiveness. And what I am very, very happy for Yvonne this series so far is he is keeping it simple and he is keeping it efficient. He knows what he's doing. He knows what his game plan is for every single series game and map so far. And that is the difference with Antinomy. Antinomy doesn't really know what he wants to do. You haven't really scoped what he's doing. It's kind of more like, okay, Yvonne is going to do something and I'm going to adapt to it.
But I think Antinomy played this actually really well. I think this.
I don't think so at all. No,
you do not. I thought this is a much even like a plus
it
150 elo
hasn't
shown
been
in the first game.
No, it hasn't been played well because when Otto goes H3 with this kind of semi-FF, and especially after winning the Falk War, Spain has a shot all of a sudden. And staying under the TC was an adrenaline move. He felt like I won the Falk fight, so I'm entitled to win the game. Which isn't the case, especially not against Otto with the Spahi shipment coming. You win the Falk War, you back off a little bit, you wait for some more reinforcements, and then you push again. You cannot take on Spahi and Jans with only 1 Falconet. It has the equivalent of maybe 5 skirms in that situation, and it's not going to do much. But as I say this, I will leave you for 5 minutes, and I will be right back.
Brutal truths here from Sheikh, taking no prisoners, not even against his own clan members. Tut tut tut. It's okay though. The opinion is valid, and he definitely makes a good point about that. I did kind of forget about that initial 5 Spahi pop and the chaos that caused Spain army behind that. So there's going to be another victory here for Baja and Antinomy, now 2-0 down. Revnak says Ottoman is the P90 of AoE3 though. He's not wrong with that. He's not wrong. Otto is the P90. kind of most common, most overused. Everyone knows it's really strong. And then French is the UMP 45. You know, people know it's like a standard all-round gun, but actually the top players think actually absolutely shit hot. It's 3-hit kills from mid-range, and that's kind of where the plan goes. I'm there with my Dutch Civ. It's the Vector, or maybe dual wield Uzi Akimbo. Just terrible. AWP, what was that? It's not the Org H bar. I don't actually know. I don't. Shake is a crouch peek on CS. I've never actually played CSGO, so can't comment on that too much. I'm not really in that realm of knowledge or something like that. So I'm gonna have to leave that part as it is. That's okay though. How's everyone else doing today? I've had a music day. I did a recital actually, and it's one of the most tiring things like you can do musically. It's just it's not really high performance, but it's the fact that I'm kind of having to really think explicitly what I'm doing musically for 25, 30 minutes. I'm just knackered. I'm just sat with a can of beer. I need to crack open another one. I got a tub of ice cream for afterwards. I reckon I'll be in bed asleep by 9 tonight. House of prediction. People thinking House is on the cards here. Antinomy does lock in as House actually, so that is a good shout there. I really have. I don't really enjoy. I mean, I've never really played them, but I don't really want to play the African cities. I need to play Italy. I've still not actually played a game of Italy. I think my my home cities are very respectable levels. Like there's the cities I play, the cities I don't play, the cities I refuse to play, and haven't yet played as Italy, but like Aztec is like level 1. Might be my only level 1, but there's a lot of like level 20 and under. Like played a little bit of Mexico when it first came out, when when Mexico was like normal Mexico, like age up, maybe make some soldados, maybe make some cav, Chinaco semi, and just no one knows what's going on. That's fine, but now like Mexico is just like I feel dirty. I feel dirty touching them. Not interested. Not interested in that at all. So Big Auntie is playing as the Hausa, and I'm kind of gonna guess it's gonna be a French play here from Baja. Another one of his strong civs, and carrying on afterwards. I'm just kind of going through all the Discord notifications at the moment. Ten minutes ago, I've been tagged by Moonshine in an Instagram pic. This could be dangerous, but it could not. The client optional cookies. Can you just go away? No. Do I need to turn on the audio? How do I do that? I've literally got no idea. The video has no sound. Oh, he's just dressed up as a weirdo. Nope, that's not me. Strange one.
Do we have the matchups for the next game?
Auntie's playing Hausa. That's all I know so far.
We're yet to get a response from Yvonne.
Oh, what's happened to your voice? Have you changed your source at all?
I haven't changed anything.
Seems a bit more like statically muffled when you do speak.
Oh, that's weird.
It'll be fine. It's not that bad. So, when did you find out you're having twins?
A couple of months back. It was a big surprise. It was a big surprise.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
You probably even said that, didn't you? You were like, shit.
Oh, I was like, shit. And I was like, I've got 3 girls. Can make a single boy.
Somebody for me to teach Age of Empires 2 later on in life.
Definitely not. Definitely not in the book. All right, but we do have the pick from Ivan, as I see he's going to play Russia. So we are going to have a matchup of Hausa against Russia on Upper Himalayas. I am putting all my eggs in the Antinomy basket. I think Antinomy is
Well, if there's going to be
absolutely
a
going to smash
matchup
this
and a
game.
map for this, then this does seem like a pretty good one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Does like just like 100% raiders from Russia, no, from Hausa just win as well?
I think Raiders, Raiders and Fulani just absolutely destroy Russia, and there's nothing you can do about it as Russia, especially on a livestock map.
Do the raiders have multipliers versus Strelats? Because I know that Step Riders do, but I can't remember if raiders do. I'll take that as I can't remember. Right, okay, I think we're good to go. Everyone else seems looking pretty and happy and chilled. 2 minutes left. What am I looking for? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, prediction. Oh, yeah, that's weird. That shit. All right, let's hop on to game number 3 of this best of 7 series. I think all the series
All right,
this tournament would be best of 7, which I do like. Gives
I'll take it away this
plenty of
game.
Yeah, you go for it, Shake. You've deserved it.
All right, I will before I will have to mute because 50 people are living in my house like a sweatshop. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 of this round of 64 matchup between in the north side of the map in the color blue, Yvonne Gold playing as the Russians, and on the south side of this beautifully designed map of Upper Himalayas. We have Antinomy playing as the Hausa civilization. What a beautiful map this is for Hausa. A lot of livestock, a lot of open fields. Yes, there are a couple of chokes in between those cliffs and mountains, but they look more like tree stumps than mountains, don't they? Still enough space for the Hausa cavalry to be able to run around and even dodge defending cavalry from raids. Very interesting how Yvonne is going to try and take on this matchup. A lot of the resources are in the middle of the map, so you're really going to have to take map control to be able to win this game. I remember playing on this map on the ESOC Premier League against Dennis, where I won with Sweden against India, and this was an absolute pleasure to play on this map. It's a very good tournament map, and I'm excited to what this game brings. But I think Antinomy is going to take his first match of the series, and he's going to draw first blood.
Did you do any preparation with Antinomy on the maps in particular?
Except for smashing him every single game we played yesterday, no.
Right, okay, because I'm about saying his scouting pattern, his scouting pattern, he thinks that there's yaks in the middle of the map, but they're kind of in a circle around the edge. So I'm a bit confused of what he's like. He's kind of gone to the right, gone back to the middle, gone to the left, gone back to the middle, and he's basically double scouted quite a lot of the area multiple times, and he's like now.
Okay, Harry, I'm gonna speak a bit. Do you guys hear me better now, or
Well, now you.
is my voice still
Oh,
very roboty?
well, now you're a bit louder, but yeah,
Okay,
bit
that's
higher
good.
quality. Carbon says it's better. King says it's fine, and Obi says it's worse. So yeah, you got your fans and haters out there.
It's just Obi-Wan hater Nobi. It is what it is. So, what are we seeing from Hauser right now? What's the deck name? If we're gonna look
He's
at
just so
Hauser-
close to finding two, but just not committing. Oh,
Okay, let's check the decks really quickly, Harry.
yeah.
We are seeing Hog Rider. To those who know, what's that game called again? Is it Clash of Clans or something where you get the Hog Riders, which is a pretty fun name. It's pretty funny. The Raiders kind of do look like Hog Riders, so there we go. Raiders are just, what does Russia really have as an answer to Raiders in H2? They kind of even kill Ruskits, so it's going to be very tough
Oh,
for
no.
him to try and win this matchup.
Ugh.
But are we seeing a very late age up from Yvonne Gold and eating cows when he shouldn't
Oh,
be?
he's just killed all the yak. I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, one or two maybe sure, but he's just all the extra benefit possibly is just gone. And he's now got 200 food in transition, but like, what does 200 food at this moment in time mean? It means not a lot, actually, so I'm a bit of a hater for that, but it is what it is. I can't really argue too much versus the 2K Elo player, but makes me a little bit sad. I played a game. I can't remember who I was playing against. Like a 1700 player, maybe 1600. But I went Dutch. Building number 1 livestock pen, chop 50 wood, or pick up a treasure for your first house, and have like a livestock situation from the first second. And I think Russia might be another civ which could do that, because they do start off with 200 wood, and I think the idea of having 400 food yaks ready for like 7 minutes, 7:30, it's really early in the game, or at least like 250, 300 food yaks. You don't have to wait the full whack. Is something which I think players haven't fully utilised or explored the kind of the trade-offs of it so far. So that's something I'd consider. Granted, but sometimes the amount of yaks you pick up in a game isn't guaranteed, and we've seen that Antinomy is now back at home making university for the kind of together the TC and the fortress and all that kind of stuff. He's only picked up 4 yaks so far. It's been a bit of the scouting has been a bit of a disappointment here, and Baja's going to be taking this like 10 yaks to 4.
I mean, regardless of the amount of yaks that Baja is going to take, any amount of yaks that Antinomy is taking this game, especially with the way that Yvonne kind of wasted his own yaks, is going to be advantageous for him. Now, we're seeing Antinomy doing something very smart, which is not forward basing and playing this quite safe, and we're seeing Yvonne doing something very stupid, which is starting 5 Cossacks with musketeers and trying to kind of rush down the Hausa base and not building a second.
But Palace is not up
ASAP.
yet. There's not enough influence for Songhai Raider support. These
but
Cossacks
still,
and Musks will just go in and do damage.
The palace is going to go up. We got a couple of raiders over here as well. There we go. The palace is already going up, and it's building quite quickly, as you can see. We're gonna get Songhai as well quickly, but the raiders are gonna get caught, which is really, really bad right now for Antinomy. He is going to have to sack 2 and bring 2 back, which is, first of all, bad because we got a 4 batch instead of a 5 batch, and now we just lost 2 for free, which is a really early tempo as well. Let's get in that Songhai raiding party quickly. There we go. It's coming out right now, but this base design is looking very, very good. It's going to be a question of when is Antinomy going to push the forward base of Russia. Is it going to be at around minute 7? We're seeing double Cossack shipments. Okay, second blockhouse coming in finally now. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure because, again, Anti was in a better position build-wise, but again, he kind of messed up. Like, why do you need to lose 2 raiders there? What are you pushing out for? You see Russia is doing very early aggression. There's no reason to push out. You just stay in your base for a little bit, you defend the raids yourself, and then you have a 4 mass. Now we're going to face 10 musketeers and what is it, 9 Cossacks, and it's going to be a bit more difficult.
He's going off with all the cav again. Like, this is a full committal to getting essentially big damage off on the villagers, but then leaving himself semi-exposed to a push at the same time. I feel like the gameplay is kind of wait until Russia moves in and capitalize on Russia's overcommitment, but now it's kind of, can he get something done while holding off in base? Is Rusket's going to move forward with Fulani to defend, but a lot of Cossacks gone right. Again, all the Cossacks don't need to chase down the Explorer, let's say, and Baja's going to be waiting until a decent amount of reinforcements.
Let's check that raid really quickly, Harrison, up
in.
north. There we go. Okay, Yvonne Goat, incredible house positioning. Spots the raid early on, and he's going to lose maybe 1 villager, maybe 2 villagers. At the looks of things, he's not going to lose any villagers, which is very, very nice for him. And Antinomy backs off, not idling the vills on the coin mine, which is really nice. And yeah, this has been
this is really good play here from Baja. Like, this is a bit of experience and a bit of like, I'm a good player. I'm gonna let you. He's just gonna choke off the return home, and these will be. I feel like Antonomy's kind of worked this one out as well. He's going back in for another. And the fact, once he sees those raiders that pop up, does Russia chase them down, or does he just turn around and go in?
He kind of has to, I feel like. But javelins. Okay, I'm not gonna judge this too early because Antinomy, from what I know, is an incredible house of plays. Okay, this fight is gonna be huge. This is all the cavalry right now. I want to see a commitment right here from Antinomy. I don't want to see him go back because you've got javelin raiders coming in. If you're managing to micro this properly, there we go. You're snaring all the Cossacks. You can kill these Cossacks before the infantry arrive, but instead you've committed to not fight so long, and you've lost like 5 raiders before your javelins arrive.
Have a
You're supposed to
yeah.
fight this.
Cossacks just beat Raiders in combat though, so I don't think Antinomy really had a choice because the Raiders are still good 10 seconds out. So if you're fully fighting this, you're not. Yes, you're trading, but all the units are trading at that point, trading badly. So he still has Raiders left behind, but yes, there would be a couple more Cossacks off the board now at this point. Baja going for infantry combat here. I would have preferred to seen something along the lines of 700 coin. I tell you what, I think 700 food is a great shipment for Russian players. Should use it more often.
I think the infantry upgrade is a great choice, especially if you're going in right now. But there we go. Now Hauser is a very big mess. Okay, he was massing a lot behind this, and I love the javelins. You think javelins maybe are not the greatest unit against H2 infantry, but let's not forget, Russia units are very low HP, and the 1.5 ROF really does its trick a lot of the time. We're going to go in for the first blockhouse. We're going to try and get a couple of units. There we go. We picked off an extra supporting batch. These Fulani are doing a very good job, and now the Cossacks are in melee fighting the Javelin Riders, and this is a perfect fight against Javelin Riders. The only negative thing for Hauser right now is that you're fighting under 2 blockhouses, really, but 1.5 rate of fire units are doing a lot of work. These Raiders are also getting on top of the Strelets. Bad positioning here for the Russian Musketeers. Backing off right now is Antinomy, but judging by the scores, this fight has been absolutely awesome because he has not lost any of his skirmishers and any of his dragoons either. It's really been the Raiders that have taken the brunt of this fighting, but the Raiders can be recalled quite easily with the Songhai big button. So I think this was a very, very good fight for Antinomy to take.
Yeah, I think Baja was to kind of shove it in there, call it a day, and it's all fine. But the fact that all the Cossacks went down before all the Raiders went down, which then meant like Strelets and Musks were doing ranged fire into Raiders, and that soft underbelly of the Jav Riders winning 10% range resistance.
Let's switch perspective a bit, Harry, because we've been stuck on Russia for like 4 minutes now.
Steady on, Shake. Steady on. Steady on. Nothing wrong with seeing batches being trained, defenders advantage. We do see livestock training here. I do like that, as African says, but surely that's something you can get earlier in the game and get massive value back from it.
I mean, it depends. Ooh, we're seeing a dead yak next to those blockhouses, so that means that these bills couldn't really pick it up. Raiders going on the left side. Very nice army positioning right here from Yvonne. I like it because the blockhouses aren't going to go down that fast, and you know that you have to migrate with the vills, but ooh, he's running away.
But no great coats, though. No great coats. That's a vill going down. And 2.
Yeah, no great coats. That's at least 2 villagers that are going to go down here if he can spot a lower HP villager, but no, very smartly retreating, going back. Fulani simultaneously pushing the blockhouse here, and now the blockhouses are going to go down while these Raiders have been able to distract the entire main army from Russia. I wanted to compliment Yvonne on the movement, but he kind of under and then overcommitted again, and at least 1 blockhouse is going to go down, and there the scary vuvuzelas are going to come out right now. And this is going to be... Oh, he's not taking out the blockhouse yet. Okay.
Yeah, it'll go
now
down.
He is going to be able to take the blockhouse down. There we go. And 1 blockhouse is much less scary than 2 blockhouses.
Yeah, I think Baja desperately needs to like throw up another forward blockhouse, but also a blockhouse on the side for kind of the line of sight. And if he can stay on this hunt on the left-hand side for ages, it's a really good kind of hunting grounds for him in that situation. I just want to see more Strelets as like a kind of a base of his army. He's got so much food. He's got so much. He's still on berries, but he hasn't got enough. He hasn't got gangs, so he hasn't got great coats. He hasn't got enough village.
Do we have spice trade in for Russia?
No, he doesn't. So the problem is he's fallen for the kind of the trap of food gathers the fastest, so it's more important to have more of my villas on food. Because it just feels better. He's gathering more and more resource, and most of his villas and units do cost those. But actually, because the food gathers so fast, he needs to put more villas onto the slower gathering resources to kind of balance out that economy where possible. You're now going for spice trade, but I mean, spice trade's pointless on one barracks. He needs more infrastructure, and he's just not really committing to it. Okay, he's gone for 600 wood now, which is fine, but it's going to be a while before that kind of rolls through for him.
Honestly, Antinomy could have stayed in that fight and probably killed these halberdiers. Okay, a couple of Raiders on the back, taking a couple of shots at the Strelets, which is pretty nice. And now the Fulani are going forward with these Vuvuzela boys. 1.5 ROF javelins again against these lower HP Russian units. They are doing a lot of work, and they're also with their range resist making sure that the Fulanis are going to live for longer to be able to take more shots. Fulanis right now are having a blast. They are mowing down whatever is in front of them, whether it is the Ruskets, whether it is the Strelets, and I am smelling a big Raider batch coming in from Antinomy behind this fight. Whether this fight wasn't already over. Javelin's coming in. Let's switch over to the perspective of Antinomy. He is not queuing Raiders. Okay, he's queuing Fulani. He's staying at the very conservative strength group composition that he has in H2. But this fight has completely been cleaned up. The Fulanis are getting closer and closer to these Strelets. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Baja Teacher calls GG. And we have first blood drawn on the board for Antinomy. Pulling one back. And the series is back alive.
It wasn't great from Baja, was it? It just the fact that he's kind of relying on those two blockhouses staying up the entire time, but then never, even if those two stayed up, I don't think we would have ever seen a third being thrown up there or on the side of the map. I just still on berries in base and just really overall poor villager macro, I think, and then that was hurting his unit batches. He went early for the 5 Cossack, 4 Cossack as Russia. I think the strongest kind of Russia builds involve A-crate shipments to kind of kick your game off and then kind of mass up behind afterwards. A lot of good catching of Antonomy's raiders, and I think military movement, taking the fights. Baja Teacher was ahead of that, but actually once the game settled down and those livestocks were kind of providing massive value, and just the unit spam from Baja kind of ran out. It was starting to get bad pretty quickly. I was kind of hoping for more. I was hoping for more from Russia, but it just didn't happen. Right, it's back to the chill out screen, and let's go into the lobby. So big Baja Teacher losing that one. And Antinomy is on the board. Congratulations to him. He's now only 1 score away from Baja. Plenty more to play. And the next map. Next map's going to be Central Plains. Ooh, 5 TP horizontal map. Well, we're still not. I reckon we still won't see Advanced Trading Post come back in for a long time. But do you remember when that was literally the meta card for years and years? It's probably gone for a toilet break. Well, good to see everybody here. We've got a bit of streaming competition today, so I'm glad you are enjoying your position here with ESOC TV. God, we've got Big Hazard, Big Soldier, and Big Tabern having some side action at the moment. Those guys must be really enjoying the Age of Empires, which is good to see. I do enjoy that we're back in tournament season. I do enjoy this series and casting in general, and I hope you guys are enjoying it too. You obviously must be being partially enjoying it because you're all still here chilling out as well. I will admit I've done a really bad job today of looking at chat at the same time. Maybe Shake is just that interesting that I'm just fully focused on what he's saying. But actually, I haven't really been catching up with you guys. So if you've been asking questions, I've kind of missed that completely. But I'm sure you'll forgive me a little bit for that one. So our next game will be in Central Plain. Let's check in to see if the boys have picked up a some civs. I need to close off
I'm on
some
it.
of the.
Let's see.
Oh,
We see USA for Yvonne Goat,
oh,
and we
why are
see
you so
Otto
loud
for
all of a
Antinomy.
sudden? Just can you pick like a single volume for your mic and call it a day? What's going on there?
Dude, I haven't moved my mic. It's just how loud I speak.
You must be sat.
Sometimes I
You must
speak more
sit closer,
silent.
right? Surely.
Probably haven't even noticed, honestly.
Wow. Okay. Well, start to notice is what I think to say. But it's fine now. Um, oh, we have USA and we have Bodo. Bodo's back in from Antinomy, and this is an absolutely filthy, disgusting matchup. Having said that, though, oh, this is a USA wet dream map. This is gonna be
Exactly.
insane.
This is a USA heaven map, and I think, honestly, with as strong Otto is, this is a USA favorite matchup on this map. Definitely is.
Mm. And also Baja, if he does play USA, it is only kind of the TP outlaw style. There is not, that is his flavor. That is his kind of mojo, his jam. And but do I cheer for Osman here? This is the question. I don't think I can. I don't think I can because Otto's just Otto. But so is USA. They're both like one's like I don't know. They're just bad. Both bad. You know,
Cheer for what way you want this to go. If you want the series to end quickly, cheer for Yvonne. If you want the series to continue, just cheer for Anti.
all right, let's cheer for Baja. Let's go.
I'm cheering for Anti. Then we have to have some parity here.
Look, even chat agrees. Kai's saying Anthony can just pick Otto and tie the score. It's as black and white as that. It's
But chat is wrong, sadly, because on this map, USA just beats Otto. A 5 TP map. You have natives. You're always going to get 10 Highlanders if he opts for that option with native treaties, with Azars. Harrison, take us away.
here we go again. We're on Central Plains, a 5 TP horizontal map, spawning down to the southwest. In the map, in the colour blue, Plains the USA. It is Baja Teacher, opponent Antinomy in the colour red, playing as the Ottoman spawn to the northeast. Both players rushing for middle trading post. I don't know why they're going for this. This is a poor decision for trading post. Have they not done their map analysis? Have they not realised where the Premier TP lays? It is in trading slot 4 and trading slot 5. Does it matter? Your name is Baja Teacher. Does it matter that you missed the first pass of XP? Do you care if you missed the first pass of XP? Well, you should do, but this minor detail really annoys me. It really annoys me to no end, because that should be the first thing you're checking for in this map. And
That is true, but simultaneously, Harry, he denied Otto from getting the TP, which in turn delays Otto's XP curve, so it's not that bad.
but it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because because it hasn't passed the TP point yet. Okay, they both got the same amount of build XP and pass XP, which is 1 build and 0 passes. It doesn't change anything. He's got the Moskop in base. Okay, yes, the XP completion on the TP might have been the thing to kind of tip him over the edge for that shipment. 5 seconds max, I get it. But this is where he should be straight away. Both players should be running for that. And actually, on this spawn, it's the closest TP slot to Antinomy as well. So it should be, feels the most natural. And yeah, dropping the ball there, honestly. Drops the ball.
I am noticing something though, Harry. We're seeing a house being built by USA, so we're not going to go for a 10-10. Can we check USA's deck really quickly? I'm wondering what we're going to see here. We do have the Highlanders in deck. Tourney, okay, there we go. It's pretty standard Highlander deck for USA, but
USA
I don't like the house.
USA don't 10-10,
I don't like the house
surely?
at all. Huh?
USA don't 10-10, surely?
They do, and I have played on this map for practice, and surprise, surprise, you can get 10 Highlanders at 645 on this map with a 10-10. It is absolutely disgusting, and you're going to have about 7 Hus with them.
Okay, that is disgusting, yeah. But No, I think behind it is pretty sensible play. He's 3/4 of the way to his final TP slot and should be able to get 4-1. I don't think Antinomy will manually build that final slot behind. I would like to see Baja with this wood he's picking up. Oh, 150. He's crack-shotted one and come back for the others. To maybe think about a remote build on a native post after he's got the age up in.
Definitely, he
Yeah.
definitely has to. But another thing that I'm seeing from Baja Teacher that I'm not a great fan of is we're seeing capitalism. Why are we not seeing advanced saloons? Are we even going to see the Highlanders here? Because this is not looking like a very aggressive Highlanders build. And if it is going to be a Highlander build, no, it's going to be the Dutch bank first. Okay, so we're going to go for a delayed Highlander build, which in turn is not very smart because the response from Auto on this map, the only viable thing that they can really do is to do the 2 Falc Jan push, and you're gonna have a very hard time if it's against an FF, and you're gonna have Highlanders, native treaties, and Huss and Minutemen to fight against at a very early timing. But if the Highlanders are gonna be delayed, and instead of 18 to 23 Jans, you're gonna have 28 to 33 Janissaries defending 2 Falconets, with potentially even Jan combat, then USA is kind of lost because the whole momentum and tempo from the Highlanders is gone then. So I'm not a very big fan of this more greedier build, but if we know something about Evon, he's being very greedy so far this series.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I am with you. It feels on paper that having capitalism and Dutch immigrants together feels that he's missing a little bit because you could have that extra play with the advanced saloon, which each time you do drop a saloon down, that's 200 wood. So that pays off pretty quickly compared to capitalism. And that doesn't really hurt your remaining shipment progression. He has got 3 trading posts so far. Bank coming down as well for more XP, with the ability for his 4th trading post pretty much going to be built now from the top. He's doing it. Yeah, he's seen it. He's going for it. More wood, native post, remote build. So I think the amount of XP he's going to get is still fine to have a good shipment progression behind this. Doesn't need the 3 Arkansas posts to kind of complete his boom behind. Trading post Rickshaw's kind of chilling though. Does he know what he wants to do with this? Is he just forgot? It will take time for him to kind of remember. Maybe he's just too
Having
busy.
seen Evon Baja and forgetting his factory for 2 minutes, this is pretty Evon. So this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's too busy microing that one unit. He can only micro one at a time.
Give him some slack. Cut him some slack. It's hard microing that one unit.
Early Huss, he's going to go for the church and the coin trickle with it as well. I guess the Huss is just to be a bit annoying before the real timing of the Highlanders hits behind with the second wave of Huss. The first wave of Huss, would you hold them back in reserve or would you kind of go out for harassment?
Definitely raiding. You definitely go raiding. There's no reason to make Hussars if you're not going to go for raids. 3 Hussars is what, 600 resources? You're not going to sit and wait around with 600 resources in your base when you know that Ottoman is probably going to do an FF. And that simultaneously with not being able to scout. Okay, Mabir coming out for Anti. What we're seeing from Anti, there's not a real reason to switch this perspective because we know what he's doing at the moment. He is going for 2 Falc Jan. And again, I think this is a perfect response for what Yvonne is doing so far. Yvonne is going for a very greedy build. The bank is slightly in front of the TC, so the Falconets can still shoot it from outside of TC range, which is I'm not a fan of from Yvonne, but this is going to be great for Anti, and I think he's in pole position to actually win this game because another thing that Yvonne doesn't have is a native TP, so he can't even really ship native treaties here, which is going
Yeah.
to be pretty painful. And if we're aging up with Delhi, with these Jans combined right now in the base, we're not going to lose any vills, and we're going to be able to catch these Hussars out, which in turn again is going to make USA
Hang on a minute,
struggle
hang on a
more.
minute. Hey,
And,
whoa.
yeah,
Time out. 700 coin being sent instead of Highlanders. Looks like we're just kind of just doing a weird semi and just kind of skipping the whole Highlander push play afterwards.
yeah, but we have no food.
Yeah, we have no food. We're not aging. We have no food. We don't have the food to age. Why is he sending 700 coin?
It's a very weird build that looks very, very punishable right now. If we are going to we're going to ship 8 Jans and we're going to follow it up by 2 Falconets. I don't know if there's much USA can do about it at the moment. Oh, we're going for stagecoach as well. Wow, this is incredibly greedy.
He's going for a TP with the trade wagon somewhere. Somewhere he's called a wagon. I don't know. Oh yeah, from the top one for the Shaolin, but surely like just remote build TP is actually just a better use than have normal Minutemen behind. But yeah, Antinomy third age. I guess. Do we think we're just gonna send Highlander's next card here from USA? Because we kind of no we are so committed to the next age, but we've already got 1,700 coin. Oh Baja, you are just the most amazing player of all time.
I never understood this macro. This is looking very funny right now. And these Delhi could catch up to these Haas, and
He could pick
losing
up the
these
two
Haas is gonna
Falcons though.
mean
They're
we're
coming soon.
completely defensive.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
they're a little
completely
way
gonna be
out.
less defenseless. I mean, we still need a house right here for Otto. Definitely, we're gonna get a couple more Jans. We're already on what 23 Jans at this point. Yeah, stagecoach is in, but um, this is gonna be rough for USA to try and hold it. If he just ignores the stagecoach and goes for the TC, what is USA gonna do?
No, I like at least taking down middle TP, then kind of going behind, picking yours up, and kind of go 2 to 3 TP down or something like that. I think that's fine. Is that you are, yeah, USA's aged up with fast stage from the the state capital politician as well. Card ready possibly for 3 Gatlins on the age. But yeah, there's a lot of potential that USA has, but he hasn't got time to kind of get it onto the field. He's going to have books of XP for more shipments. He's got all his coin resource. Possibly, we're going. What's the chances of? It's going 4th age after this absolutely suicide because that's still going to be your
But
age 4 outlaws.
why is Anti bringing his entire army back to stop a Huss raid? What what are the Falconets gonna do here? Antinomy, you have to go and push, bro.
Blockhouses and TC coming in here for USA. That is greedy with a capital G. Wow. Okay. Aged up with the sharpshooters. He still has the Pennsylvania sharpshooters, carbine cavalry behind if he wants. The mercantilism is pretty poor at this point in the game, so you're not going to get going that. Blockhouses will come in, but I guess he's got to do defensive blockhouses and send 3 Gatlins and try and pick up the Falcons. That situation, they have to be kind of made in base here. I think he realizes that the Falcons are coming in. Yes. Where they go? Oh, they're very defensive. They're uber defensive. I love the placement of it though. I think that's smart. But that bank is in danger. But we do have bank wagon from state capital.
This is the thing. The game plan from Antinomy has been superior, I think. But he, for some reason, has let Baja just get away with the most greedy USA build possible without even punishing him. It is minute 10:44, and it's the first time these Falconets are sieging anything down, which is just bad.
Yeah.
Like, just bad.
And USA still have 3 TP stagecoach behind. They have lots of production for 3-unit batching and a lot of opportunity for wood on the stagecoach for housing behind. So there's and Anthony's back in, which is I guess fine. His second TC in behind, but yeah, that window you said that Osman have is now kind of it's not shut, but it's now kind of the military's equal and if you trade off now, well, USA is more eco will just reinforce better than what Osman has. So I guess you're kind of now thinking you need a better push, possibly with a Spahi-led push instead of whatever.
I don't even know the effectiveness of Spy right now because if we're counting the amount of Dragoons out on the field for USA, it's pretty substantial. With the Dragoons coming in, there we go. We're on
maybe
like,
more
what,
now.
15 Dragoons. There we go. I think we need to do a big Abus switch, and now we're on 2 TCs. We're gonna have to try and market trade and buy the TPs ourselves. If we can convert these TPs to come to our side, all of a sudden Otto is economically up with 2 TCs producing free villagers, then he's in a good spot. Like Ottoman doesn't really mind going into the more extended late H3, and yeah, there we go. As I predicted, the Abus switch is coming in, and we're going to see Jan Falk Abus, which, to be fair, is going to do a job against the against the USA composition on the floor right now with Skirmgoon. It's just the trade of the artillery needs to be really good. Gatling guns can do a lot of damage to the Abus, as Abus lower HP than the Jans. I wouldn't shoot the Jans with the with the Gatlings because it almost feels like it's a wasted shot on them.
So,
But yeah, he's going forward, trying to creep the
oh,
Falconets, which is not the greatest idea because Falconets. Ooh, one shot by the Falconets, but a bad drag box right now coming in, and one of the Falconets is probably gonna go down. Is he gonna pay for it with a lot of? No, he's just not shooting with the Jans. There we go. Janissary's finally shooting. Okay, that wasn't the worst trade in the world. Yes, we lost one of the Falconets, but we killed at least 5 to 6 Dragoons there. Falconet in here. We do have an artillery foundry, so we can queue up a Culverin. A Culverin, even one Culverin just shuts all of this down. Plus, we have our own Falconet, and the anti-cav has been lowered a little bit, so future cavalry shipments will be more effective in this case.
so yes, the Abus switches here, but why would Antinomy not just make Falconets from the artillery foundry and just carry on making Jans? So just like commit into like a Jan Falc composition there.
Because you run the danger of USA shipping the two, what are they called, the Napoleon guns. Does he even have it in deck? Did he age up with the
No,
Napoleon gun
I
thing?
think he's aged up with Kentucky.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Falconets could be an answer, but again, mobility, you're kind of behind. It's more of a, I want to kill your artillery because I have Abus, and they kind of serve as my Falconets in this case.
God, Baja's got so much resources. He's struggling to spend it. Okay, yeah, now the third TC coming behind. He hasn't got any marine-based cards or play. I think he's just wanting to try and get to the next stage for the kind of California Gold Rush. He's unclear whether he wants to stage 3 or not. He's kind of hedging his bets in multiple directions. He's not really making vills from the TC because he's kind of, I don't think he wants to pay for vills. I think he just wants them free on the H4, which tactically I don't really disagree with. And the amount of food he's getting from the villagers at the moment is quite insane. 1.26 from the steel traps and the Russian-American company. He does have a final TP, which is Wagon is out, but he's got no real slots to put it in there. He's going to wait for the Shaolin Temple.
Honestly, with the amount of wood he's floating, he can just mark it by later to get the Ulans because that's what he's probably saving up for. And he can just make a couple of these Radan shields and just harass all the while fighting, but I'm not expecting that from Yvonne. Let's be realistic here.
No, he's now completed quite a lot of batches of units. So yeah, he's definitely age 2. He's now waiting for Ulans with the macro behind. Oh, Ulans is another just absolutely disgusting thing the USA have. They're just it's cav shipments in general. Like high resource cav shipments. So Pulaski's Legion, 5 Spahi, 3 Mahout Lancer. All of these units shipments are just like so game changing when they hit the field because it's just such a momentum swing.
I think this is a horrible shipment right now. This is the complete wrong shipment to ship right now against Otto. Because you have Jan Abus. Jan don't really die to Cav, and Abus kind of kill Ulans.
No.
If Yvonne, yes, I'll tell you what. Yvonne is ahead economically by a lot. Okay? If he decides to take a fight with the Ulans, banking on the Ulans to win him the game, he's not going to have a good time.
It's just a really the Ulans are like oh my god, the Spahi's, oh no, Spahi's going for a do or die raid, all 5 of them together, but it lands over TC and the Carbine Cavalry behind. You can't just expect to win the game with a 5 Spahi raid. Oh, Antinomy, you don't raid with your full cavalry mass, less than number 1. I mean, I'm not biased, but like it's a really poor play tactically. He's just lost all the Spahis before he even made combat.
Unfortunate, but the
Pulaski's
Spy are
legions are somewhere. Where are they?
bit. Okay, the Gatlings are trying to hit the Spies from what I'm seeing. A couple of Gatlings going down. We have what?
Oh, the
Gatlings
Abus will get
remaining
cleaned here. Jans have to turn around, but there's so many sharpshooters ready to receive those Jans, and yeah, the Pulaskis are absolutely fine. They're just
What a
there.
bad drag box! Oh my god, the Abus guns have been drag box to the front, and now the Ulans are actually getting a very much value, and we're having to drag box again to kind of compensate for that bad drag box we had. And the closer the Gatlings are coming, the more dangerous it is for these Abus guns because they're in lower and lower numbers, and now they're lower HP as well because of the firing. from the other USA units. And ooh, that's a big volley again by these Gatlings on the Abyss. And finally, the Falconet shoots one of the Gatlings down, but there's so much damage that has been exerted so far from these Gatling guns on the Abyss, and now the sharpshooters don't mind to just stand and fight against the Abyss because they're in such low numbers. There's barely any Janissaries to protect them as well. He can just come in and right-click with the Dragoons with their 2 rate of fire as well, and this is looking over. And again, such a more simple build by Yvonne. The greed, he gets away with greed every single game. Antinomy is yet to find the way to punish the greed of Yvonne Gold.
Yeah, I mean, those Spahis kind of weren't really in the fight. They kind of went before the fight happened, and if they kind of came in halfway through the fight with the carbines already committed to the top sides, that would have been such a nice power play, kind of wrapped from behind. At least would have forced the whole army from USA to kind of stop, reposition. So, yeah, you just I think sometimes in quick search games like Rain with 5 Spahis is an immediate on the spot game win if they connect with a huge amount of vills, but actually that's a huge kind of 50-50 coin flip in a tournament situation. But like here it wasn't even 50-50, it was just ran into TC line of sight with high speed carbine cavalry chasing them down. It was
the problem with H3 Spy is they're a situational shipment. They're either an early H3 shipment or a late H3 cav switch shipment, and the purpose for them wasn't either, because you've got such a big goon mass. It's not like you took a fight, you took out most of the anti-cav and you're shipping Spy behind it to help clean up the skirms. No, the sole reason of the Spy was to find a big raid, and they're basically a glorified 5 deli at that point, and they're not really going to do much.
53 vills here for USA. Antinomy on 34 only. Where's... I would have thought he had a few more vills by now. I mean, the third TC's only just come up. I know, I'm aware of that, but it feels like he could have had a couple more. It's fine though, because he's not quite a lot of that eco is just free villager production anyway, but the score lead for USA is legit. Oh, that massive US of Ottoman is a bit sad, isn't it? Not much behind. Nothing really to stop that TC going down on the top side. That will get sieged slowly. USA...
If there really isn't anything Otto can do here, except for just hope and pray and ship mams and maybe try and get an incredibly good fight, but as you said before, the mass from Otto is just too small. This is all he's got, like 10 Jans, 10 Abus. They're not going to be able to do anything.
He doesn't have mams in deck. He has triple upgrades of Jan combat, Cav combat, and Abus combat.
That is a bad deck, yeah.
It does feel slightly not ideal, that, but I've seen worse decks. Okay, so let's say this is all going. I mean, okay, he's in Cav combat. He's actually got 0 Cav on the field. Are you sure this is a protege of yours?
I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see the options that he's got. I mean, he's shipping it instead of 5 Cav archers, which again isn't really the best decision. Like 5 Vills would even be a better shipment here, but yeah, I don't know. This looks awful.
Well, in a weird then, do you just try and like just kind of go for Yellow Swaggin's 4th age, bombard, mercantilism play, and just kind of try and go that direction? I mean, I guess that's kind of more like a Yellow Hope, but that's just time for a Civ with a better economy to really solidify their position. Might be time for USA to kind of get their Chinese immigrants back out onto the field. Yeah, he's got them ready to go. I guess he just forgets they exist, which is, you know, fair enough, easily done. Hasn't actually made any standard normal Minutemen in this game, so which is not really making good use of their Civ advantage, USA. So there's extra potential on the table that USA is not taking.
I mean, the map is so cracked for USA, they don't even need that. Oh my god, this is going to be a big shot from the Gatlings again. And every time these Abus need to focus on these Gatlings and killing them, the sharpshooters and the carbine cav are getting so many shots off on them. And again, this Abus mass is just dwindling and dwindling, and we're having a couple of cav archers in the front, which are completely useless in this scenario at the moment. And Yeah, it's just Antinomy kind of sticking it out, kind of delaying the game for as long as it takes. But this game has been over for the last 12 minutes or so.
Yeah,
GG, Antinomy
I
calls it.
do agree with that sentiment there, yes. And that is the fourth game over. Baja leading 3-1 after 4. And Antinomy having a really good window earlier on. And I thought from the Hokkaido game that Antinomy is pretty confident in pushing and being, making attacks and being aggressive. But here he kind of didn't feel that he wanted to commit when an opportunity to do so was. And later on, when there was a potential for a large fight, when basically duck hunting with the spat, he's looking for the big money shot raid. Unfortunately, they just kind of got caught out by the Carbine Cavalry from a mile away from the main fight, and they just did not offer anything offensive there. And that's about it, really. Good map for USA, and Antinomy's kind of, auto pick has kind of been slightly wasted here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really enjoying the series so far from the perspective of Yvonne Goad. He's just playing it standard. He knows what he's going to do on every single map. He has a build in mind and he's executing it. And except for the Russia game where
Oh
Antinomy, you can
no!
clearly see him come more
No!
prepared. Yeah, we forgot that.
No!
It's not
You're
like
meant
it's
to be the
been
chosen
game-changing.
one, Antinomy. You're meant to be the up and comer, but you also
This
can't
is-
hit the villager tech for Ottomans.
This wasn't
No, that's
very
why.
game changing.
Oh,
Let's be
it's
honest.
just, it's only like 200 res or maybe 100 res. It's really cheap. 2T. It was on 2TC. That it was on 2TC and housed, or not housed, Ville blocked. Oh, Shake, help me out, man.
It happens. It happens. It happens often, and yeah, Carbone even saying he's not really used to the Civ, so with tournament nerves, these things happen quite often. Every single Civ in the game has to manually QVL, so when you're playing auto and you're not used to it, it's quite often that you forget that tech.
Oh, possible. Well, I mean, it's match point here. Possible one more. Who knows? Could be another 4 or 3 games, whichever it is. I think what we've seen from Baja so far. Do you reckon Baja might just whack out the Mexico and just do like a Central America revolt and just like, hey, I can play Mexico without a Baja revolt for the fun of it? Whew.
All right, do we have the Civ picks in for the next game or not yet?
No, not yet. I can't see that so far. Did a Lionheart versus a AJ Bomber happen yet, or being planned?
No, it is the only series of the next round yet to be confirmed.
No, it's
This round.
This round, yeah. Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
this
yeah.
round.
That's what the ticks are there for.
I mean, this series is not over yet because I know Yvonne plays Otto. He plays USA pretty good at tourney level. He still has France left to play, but I don't know. I think Anti's France is better than Yvonne's France. He still has Sweden left as well. Antinomy does that he plays really well. Port is serviceable. This series is not over, but the way it's been going so far, the pressure is definitely on Antinomy to win the next.
Baja's,
It is match point.
yeah, Baja's France isn't actually that bad. I think you got a good point. I'm expecting the next going to be a French mirror. It's
That is actually wrong because we're already seeing a Sweden pick from Anti.
oh yeah, oh yeah. No, he is a he's a Sweden enjoyer. He's a Swedish Harold enjoyer. He's a Swedish Harold enjoyer. Yeah.
I have recently been experimenting with the Swedish Halb, and I can confirm the strat is very good, and I love it a lot. I'm actually hoping I have some time to play tonight, and I can do that build a bit. I've been really enjoying it.
I feel like Baja will go French. I'm just going to pre-pick French. I think he.
I think if we're seeing a Sweden versus France, I'm I'm thinking Antti has a very decent chance because I've personally been coaching him on that matchup, and even if he doesn't go for the
Ooh.
house and he goes for my semi FF, which I do with my hacker build, he stands a very good chance of winning this. But let's see. If I'm Ivan Goat, I'm picking an FF Civ
He's
right
actually
here.
going. Yeah, he's going to Spain now. Actually, Spain.
There we go. Classic counter pick to Sweden. Let's see how this one is going to turn out.
Well,
This is a matchup where the halves are much more useful than my semi FF.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The map is again us, and I feel like the Habs have a risk of just walking straight into Spain's base. And the thing is, Spain can't really just like make dogs to push us back. Dogs don't really enjoy heavy infantry like that. They're fine versus like Cav or Skirm, but versus Halbs, it's kind of not fully sure on that. So we'll see how kind of committal with the Halb push. Isn't that like you could also do like a full aggression age two of Halbs as Sweden with like follow up units, Huss,
You definitely can, but again,
Swedish
it's
Skirms.
just much more risky. What
Yeah.
I've been able to do with the Hal build recently is you do your three vills, four torps, church card, 700 wood, ironworks, and then you age because
Mm.
oftentimes because you're not spending the coin, you have a lot of coin, and then you can just manually pick up coin, and you just skip 700 coin altogether. When you get into H3, if your opponent's not putting any pressure, there's no reason for you to really go aggressive either, and you can just ship 1,000 wood, and before you know it, you have ironworks, and you're fully boomed up, and you're in a great position. So
Right.
probably the best Sweden build out there at the
I
moment.
need to I need to take a little break. Back in a minute.
Definitely. I'll try and keep the chat entertained. Let's see who we have in chat. We have Rochikas Flip in the big man. We have Rachel Mad now, Bombalicious, Maxi Beastie, Toblerone, Big Crab God, Lou, a lot of familiar faces, Catterboy, Batu, Maxi Beastie, Meast. Welcome, welcome all. At the moment, we are at 131 viewers, which is very, very nice. Um, so yeah, let's see what the next matchup is going to bring us. This should be very good. Antinomy has a lot of builds that he knows against Spain. His Malta is very serviceable against Spain. So let's see if his Sweden is up to the task. If not, we're going to have a 4-1 here. So his back is against the wall. Let's see if he can cook something up to salvage himself in this series, though. Baron versus Killer Cats, best of seven happening this year. Oh, wow, that should be a serious matchup right there. Two up and comers. Let's see. Apologies for the crying in the background.
Whew. Right, I have returned. Is the game up? Don't think so just yet. Can't see it just yet. Still thinking about it, I guess. Whew. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know how sometimes you expect to see a game called like Tawny 1v1 or 1v1 or like Baja Teacher's game. It's Parte de Autostic de Baboon. And it's just like, oh, great, that is Baja's lobby. So confusing. So bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Anyway, let's cook. We're into our next game, and we're gonna hop into the game screen. And his map is gonna be Guinas. We're gonna have Baja teacher playing as the Spanish spawn to the northeast of the map in the color blue, with Antinomy taking the Swedes swing down to the southwest in the color red. I've played versus Antinomy's Swedish. He was prepping a church build versus what I was doing as the Germans, but that's not a commitment or a confirmation that he's going to be still playing church playstyle with the Swedes moving forward. So it's interesting to see how he wants to go about this. Spain, on the other hand, I'm expecting standard Spain things, probably in-base outpost, looking for the third age. TP going down. Maybe a more of an eco-focused with Spanish gold to do double rod, double skirm playstyle in the third age with 2 racks. We'll have to find out. I have a feeling that like Baja's type of player who might just kind of do his own thing and not really follow pre-established meta or patterns. So we'll see what.
I'm back. Sorry for the intermission.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! That came out of nowhere. Super loud too.
You didn't expect the person in your voice chat to speak in the voice chat. Oh my god.
Does your mic have like an auto adjusting volume in case if it, like you stop
Dude,
speaking?
I don't know. If you guys want to order me a new mic, go ahead. I'm not gonna protest it.
It's like that guy, like guys Ludi or something was like joke saying, well, we should just buy you a new PC because your PC can't handle it. He's like, oh, you're actually going to buy me an actual new PC? Yeah, can you send me a new PC, please? These are the parts I would like. And we're like, mate, we're just joking. Fuck off. I mean, it just, I don't think he got quite the dry humour there as it kind of happens. But no, Shake, you're a rich boy.
All
You
right,
can buy
Harry,
your own PC.
let's get back into the game, Mr. ADHD. So, on the south side, we are seeing Antinomy playing as Sweden. And I like his approach. You know what he's going to do? He's going to go for my original anti-Spain build. He's going to go for full bum Carolians. He's going to go double racks. He's going to make a hell of a lot of Carolians. Probably throw in some leather guns in there. And just try and catch Spain off guard. And from what I know from Baja teacher Spain, is he's very Muskbauch oriented when it comes to Spain. He likes pushing with like 10-ish musketeers, 8 crossbows, 2 falconets. If Sweden at that point has like 30, 35 Carolians, and I hope he's been watching me enough to know how to properly charge by now, that is a very, very easy surround for Carolians and an easy wipe of the Spanish forces. So it's not the worst matchup in the world for Sweden. It's not a good matchup. I'd say it's 65-35 for Spain. But Sweden definitely has ways that it can counter in this matchup. And there we go. We are seeing 1v1 Caro deck for Antinomy coming out, and I'm excited for this one.
Well, he does have church options here, but he has a lot of villas right now on wood with torps being thrown down. Maybe he's probably thinking in a tournament situation, maybe contemplating that church is borderline cheese. Would he commit to this on quite a wide map? Actually, is torps your friends and kind of going for economy, Caro spam and play from there? You suggest it's going to be more Carolean standard unit play behind this.
Oh yeah, the build that you have to go for with Sweden here, you have to be incredibly greedy. You have to go for 4 torps into 700 wood, and until the 700 wood drops and you're not making racks, you keep on wood until you get like 160, 170 torp up. Then you put down double racks. You can choose what shipment you ship afterwards. If it's the 2 leather cannons, if it's the leather cannon and the foundry, even 3 husks sometimes to help you along with the surround. And from then on, you just double pump, double pump, double pump. By the time that Spain is in your base, you should have 30 Carolians and about 180 Torpeco, which is just better than what Spain has. You can then either opt for more leather cannons, more husks, or even age up, because then the artillery threat is gone and your TC isn't really under threat of falling anymore. So let's see where that tower is going to go. Let's hope it's going to stay in base. Not built yet, but the barracks is being built right now, which again is kind of different from the build that I had in mind, but it's a variation of the build that can work. He wants to make a couple of Corollians first, maybe see if he can siege a TP, which Carrols don't have the best siege. So it's gonna be pretty tough to be able to do. But let's see what he's going to be opting for.
So he's not got a market. He's kind of stopped the wood chopping quite abruptly here as well. On 60 sort pop, we'll have another 4 coming in. So he's going on 5 tops. We'll be up to 9. There's an amazing top down here with full coin, full wood, and food with huntables on it. So that's an incredible top down there. Wagons are kind of going different directions. They're going to try and go for the really wide mine over here. I think they are. Would like him to see them split up a little bit too.
Yeah,
Two
I would
elsewhere,
like.
two.
He needs 3 torps on one mine just to be able to ship resources to there and gather it effectively, right? And I would love to see him go for that left mine. The left mine is the best mine, one of the best mines in the game. If you can probably fit a couple of torps on there with so many trees on it. This one, the one on the bottom. There we
Yeah,
go.
but
This
it's
one.
quite
Like,
hard though. I mean, you got trees on the left, trees over the right.
it
So
is,
you can
but you
definitely
can
two there.
literally get 3 torps on it, and it's exactly the sweet spot. Because when you have so many torps spread out, it is counterproductive to go for 4 because then you waste the mine earlier. If you can manage to get 3 torps on a mine, and instead of
Mm.
going on 5 mines, you can go on 6 mines, it's much better for Sweden because these torps last so much longer.
So we have a forward outpost here from Spain, but slightly defensive barracks within TC kind of line of sight. We do have our steel traps. We don't have any other tech so far. No great coats, but it's not really critical. Our build is 3 Vil capitalism, 700 gold, 700 wood, I think. And could have honestly been 3 Vil capitalism, 5 Vil, 700 wood.
Skipping on 5 Vils is a humongous mistake right here.
Yeah.
It's game-changingly bad. I'll tell you why. If your Falcon push fails, you've basically given Sweden the opportunity to win the game. With an extra 5 villagers, all of a sudden you get full batches out. You can even Spanish cold, pivot, skirms, lancers, rods. All of a sudden you're back right in it. But he is putting all his eggs right now into the 2 Falcon basket. And again, against Sweden, it's pretty risky because, as I said, you can get double carroed out of nowhere, just 31-31 charged on your falconets, and if you don't defend them well, you're cooked.
Yeah, because we've basically 2 shipments ready to go. It feels like there could be a player just going Spanish gold first into 2 Falcons outers. That way you have at least 20, maybe 25 musks to body block and protect them, and that you start off the the coin economy from that for the rest of your 10 cards in Age 3, which is a decent amount. Lancers card 1, more musks, going to be 10 musks into veteran musketeers behind. 4 Huss was the age up, and actually that's quite smart to kind of close in and get onto the melee with the Carolians. Carolians do not have strong melee into cavalry, and that's why Lancers up close was going to be a bit of a pain for Sweden to deal with. The Carolians Lancer matchup is a bit of a rogue one. They soft counter each other, but I assume the Lancers counter Carolians
do
much harder.
amazing against Carolians
Yeah.
in H2. In H3, they become not as good, but this is something I'm not liking right now from Anti. He's splitting off his units. Like, losing 10 Caro is horrendous. It's again, it's game losing here. You need all your mass together. Yes, you want to go for a raid, but would you rather clean up the entire Spanish force, or would you rather pick up a villa or 2 maybe? Which he is going into the Spanish base right now. Let's see if he picks off a villa or 2. There we go. He manages to definitely pick up 1 vill. There we go. But if he manages to go back to the back of the base, he can get a couple more. Yeah.
But Lance is
But
coming
let's see if he
back.
catches
Minutemen
it.
being called as well.
Oh,
And these are gonna
but
be cleaned.
This is big. This is great. This is great for him. He takes down 1 Lancer at least. There we go. Minutemen has been called, so that's more res. The entire Spanish army almost backing off. Now the Spanish army is split in 2, kind of. This was a very serious overreaction for
Spawn point,
a
spawn
10 to 9
point.
cavalry.
Baja, spawn point, spawn point, spawn point. Oh, you absolute pooper.
Yeah, and now the Falcons have to walk again. And if we switch over to Sweden perspective, let's see what he has right now
Yeah.
to be able to defend against this. There we go. We are seeing a lot of Carolians. That's 25 Carolians. Another, at least 10 are going to come in. I'm not really a big fan of the coin shipment. I would have rather seen the 2 leather cannons, just to help take down the falconets. But regardless, I think this is really good. Oh, he's canceling. He's aging up.
He's trying to age,
No, no,
and
no,
he's
no,
gone
no, no,
forward
no,
top coin mine so that and save forward top at the back.
no, no, no. If Yvonne Goat spots this, this is the age up just done. I mean, oh yeah, okay, there we go. He's making more Carolians now. I mean, this is good for him. He needs to be able to. There we go. A shot from the Falconets. Now you shoot the cavalry and you go back. This is not bad for Sweden. The score is pretty bad, and there's a lot more Lancers now. But him canceling that batch and opting for the age up just delayed him having 10 carols. Imagine 10 more carols and now another 10 carols coming. All of a sudden, instead of 35 Carolians, you're defending with 45 Carolians, Minutemen, a potential Vilpol, Explore, and all of a sudden you're fine. But he is going to take a couple of pot shots on these units. Nothing really major is happening. Front Torp is going to go down, and you're in a very awkward situation where you have age up res, but you don't have age up potential because your TC is going to go down if you don't do anything about it. And Yvonne Goat now just has a sufficient mass to defend the artillery, and I see this as a very, very difficult task to hold this. Although one Falk is almost already down, so this is very big. Yeah, one Falk is going to go down. He's still managing to click the age up. Okay, this is very, very greedy right now. Can he age up? No, his TC is just going to go down.
No,
He needs to fight.
I don't. So I don't think he's. I don't think he will stay. I don't think either player will let the TC go down here. I mean, both players will, for both their interests, want to try and fight and kind of not take the TC. As an Antinomy
I
wants
mean,
to
if
protect
one has
it.
to commit, then
And,
he has to cancel one of these batches to get Minutemen and definitely an Explorer. Like, we're shipping 3 Hussars as well right now. The TC
that
is
Falk
done
is
a lot
half
of
dead
damage.
anyway. That just needs one click of anything, and yeah, we can buy a little bit of food at the markets. We
Yeah,
Minutemen.
but we have
Please don't
nothing
forget
to
our
kill these
Minutemen.
Lancers right now. We
Oh
need
yeah.
the Vills in this fight, definitely. Like,
Minutemen being
the
called.
Lancers
More
are
carrots
just
coming.
doing absolute damage right here.
Minutemen on the Falk. That's gone down. This is
Okay, there we go.
slightly tight, but I think there's enough oomph from Spain remaining. But
I don't
he
think
can't
so,
kill
because the
TC
Huss
though.
are
He can't
coming
kill
in as well.
TC. That's the thing.
No, and the Age Up is going to come in.
Oh, exciting time this is.
Oh, okay, now he's backing off. The TC is going to go down. Excuse me. It is going to go down because Vet Musketeers, what the hell are these Carolians going to do against it? And Yvonne Goat is actually backing off and he's letting the TC live for now, which is a humongous mistake.
I think he's seen it.
Antinomy aging slow?
I think he's seen how low it is. He's just. Okay, it
Is
doesn't matter now.
Antinomy aging slow?
Marksman, yeah, he could have been up now.
Oh no,
No.
he could have been up by now.
Oh.
Antinomy. That is a game-changing decision right here. Why would you ever click up slow when you're being pressured at your TC?
What is the marksman age for Sweden anyway?
It's 2 leathers.
Oh, that's strange, isn't it? Yeah, no, I wouldn't do
Yeah,
that.
and ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be GG.
Yeah.
Yvonne Goat has more units pouring in. All of the villagers are going down. Yes, we have Torps, but our Torp count is pretty low, and I don't even think we have Ironworks in. And all the vills are going down. Carolians are coming in, but again, Carolians lose to regular Musketeers in H2. They definitely get shit on by Vet Musks. And ladies and gentlemen, Yvonne Goat takes the series 4 games to 1 and moves on to the next round, to the round of 32 of this ESOC tournament. Very, very well played. And GG, what an entertaining series both of these players gave us.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it was quite a good game actually. It felt close. It felt properly close. Almost looked like
yeah.
it's like a type of map and situation where if Sweden got steel traps and a third racks, they'd be happy just pumping 15 Carolinian batches continuously. Just stay second age with trying to mass up like 60 to 70 carrows.
Yeah, and just 2 leather cannons maybe, or even an HP buff for the Carolians, like House of Bernadotte. All of a sudden, you're in a very good spot to be able to surround because that early mass wasn't great. Yvonne kind of, for some reason, pulled back his entire army to kill 10 Carolians and pop Minutemen. And the Falcons were later. We canceled the 10 batch to age instead of finishing it, and then we re-queued the 10 batch while clicking age up. So, yeah, and I feel like not buying back Explorer, not pulling the Vills, not calling Minutemen then. and just giving it a big old charge. There were some things we could have done differently in this series, but Yvonne Goat, very well played, proving a lot of doubters wrong, calling him a 1500 euro player, which he definitely isn't. Yvonne is very good, very solid player, and he's proved it by moving into the round of 32, which kind of puts him in the best 32 players in the world right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's already in top 32 in the ladder anyway, so that's kind of not nothing new. But I guess the round of 32 is not actually 32 players, but it's like a four, three wins away from quarters. I think it's you know what I mean. It's like a truncated kind of merged in bracket. It's actually quite nice to see. I like it. Um,
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, that's been it for me. Thank you very much for co-casting with
yeah,
me,
I'm
Harry. I
cooked as
enjoyed it,
well,
but
properly cooked. I'm just so tired.
I gotta go lie down before my head explodes, and I still have a night shift in front of me. So,
Come on, cancer with me is not that
yeah.
bad. Shake, stop.
Thank you very much, Harry, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, peace out, peace out. God, Tabin's just is just grinding the games recently. Like you think put in hours of content recently, which is really good to see. But I feel I feel like I worry for his mental, if you know what I mean. Like more German FI. Is he carrying German FI in here? Or is he doing like more H3 base? I can't. I think it's H3 base. So he's playing somebody else. Part of the Unks clan now. Big Soldier's playing as well. We know which one where Baron is going to raid. And a bit of a Saturday morning title. Who knows? Potential for a long one from Soldier. We'll have to check in. Conk streaming, Hazard streaming. Bit of a happy hunting grounds this afternoon for AoE3. But for me, that will be it. I'm going to go lay down and think about what we've just done. And has some roast chicken, probably, I think. Okay, cool. I'm going to call it there. And yeah, we are we done. We done. You can interview Baja, who's actually beaten a top player. Cool, right, I'm done. Right, see you guys.